afternoon, Keto Marnie here. It is 1 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. I did a bunch of cooking this morning, as you will see my display of food in the next clip. So for breakfast I had 4 sausage patties, and I broke my fast at 8 o'clock, so that put me at 20 and a half hours. The 4 sausage patties was breakfast, and that's all I had at that time. And then for lunch, I'd say about 20-30 minutes ago, I had 2 slices of bacon that I shared with the dog too. So right now I am having some coffee in my TWA mug that my dad got me. He used to work for TWA. I also have a Ozark mug upstairs. He worked for Ozark long before he worked for TWA. So anyway, that is what is going on now. I'm doing some crocheting. I'm going to catch up on some videos. And for the coffee that I'm having, I am having the Bones strawberry cheesecake. And because I like my coffee strong and I didn't have very much left, I just added a Dunkin' Donuts coffee pod to it and brewed it on the strong brew strength, which I always do anyway, because I like it strong. And then I also put some of the Stoke Fueled Creamer in it with the MCT oil in it, and I believe it has butter in it too. So that's what I'm having now. And I also put some of the Classic Caramel Torani in it. So I'm going to go for now. I'm going to have tuna for dinner, the Portofino. So anyway, I will check back in later. I hope everyone has a great day. Here's all the stuff that I cooked this morning. I did a whole 30 count box of the Bob Evans sausage. They're not pre-cooked, they're raw, so I have to cook them. And so this is minus 4 of them because I had 4 of them for breakfast. And that was my breakfast. That was all I had. And then this bacon, plus the rest of the sausage. I ate 2 slices of bacon for lunch. And that was it. And then this is just some grass-fed ground beef. I was going to mix it with sausage like I always do, but I opened the sausage and what a funky smell. So in the trash it goes. And I'd already had this in the skillet, so I didn't want to waste it. I went ahead and cooked it. I put some onion powder and some turmeric, some chili powder, some cumin, and now I'll just top it with stuff as I go. So, oh, sorry about that noise. That was the ice maker. So anyway, this is what I cooked today. I also made 8 of the pecan white bread chaffles. I did not eat any. I just stuck them in the freezer. This is them right there. So that's for the weekend. And I guess that's it for now. I think this is going to be dinner tonight, my Portofino tuna. And I always put a little bit of lemon juice in that and then top it with some cheese. And I'll probably have an avocado with it. So that's it for now. I will check back in later. Here is my last meal of the day. It is the Portofino tuna, yellowfin, with some lemon juice in it, some of the cheese, and avocado, and then also some pink salt. And that is it for now. I will check back in later when I close this out. Hey there, it is time to close this out for the night and for the weekend. As usual, I'm probably not going to be recording for the weekend, and I am not fasting for the weekend. So I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Glenda at Creative Grandma for reinventing this stitch pattern for me. I reached out to her yesterday with an email about this blanket that I had started on years ago. And it was, the stitch pattern was called the Triton shell stitch. And I put it down because I'd run out of a color, and then the color was discontinued, and I just never picked it back up again. Well, I really liked this stitch pattern, but the website that I got the pattern from doesn't exist anymore. And I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to do this stitch. I could not remember how to do it. I was staring at it and just could not remember how to do it. And so I went ahead and emailed Glenda, and she got back right away and already had a video up today for the Stitch of the Week pattern with this stitch. She reinvented it, worked on it, got it perfected, and I am so thankful because I so want to do a blanket with this stitch. So anyway, I'm going to insert a clip at the end of just one little part of the stitch pattern that I tweaked. If you want to see the actual stitch pattern, go to her channel and watch that video. I love it. It's awesome. Thank you so much. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm done for the day, done with the week. I'm getting ready to do a little bit of crocheting, catch on up on some comment responses, and I think that's it. And I'm going to go to bed soon. So if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. Good night. I want to take this time to thank Glenda at Creative Grandma for reinventing this stitch pattern for me, the Triton shell stitch. I am so appreciative of that. You have no idea. So anyway, what I want to show here, I'm not going to show the actual stitch pattern. I'm not going to, this is not really a tutorial. If you want to see the stitch pattern, go to Creative Grandma, and I will link the video in the description box below to this stitch pattern, and she just posted it today. So what I want to show is just a small part that I tweaked myself, because there were some people who had concerns. So let me get to the point. I don't have a good camera, so I'm just kind of having to angle so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm doing the slip stitch here, doing my 3 chains, and in the video, in her tutorial, she says to turn the work and then slip stitch to the 3rd double crochet. Okay, I'm not going to do it that way because I don't want to have to keep turning it over and over again. So I'm going to turn it back to the way it's supposed to be. Instead, what I'm going to do is take the hook out of the loop and insert from front to back into the 3rd double crochet, and then insert it into the loop and then pull it through. That's going to be how I'm going to remedy that, and then I'll continue doing the stitch. Now that's actually supposed to be 3 chains, and then do the 5 double crochets, and I'll go through this again. I'm not going to worry about going slow because this is not a tutorial. Okay, one more, and then slip stitch it to that chain 3. Okay, chain 3, take it out of the loop, go to the 3rd double crochet over, 1 2 3, insert it front to back and then into the loop, and then pull it through, and then continue with the rest of the stitch pattern. Okay, that is all I wanted to show, because I didn't want to have to keep turning it back and forth, you know, because the bigger it gets, the harder that's going to be to keep doing. And I think this is just as effective as doing it the other way. So, but again, I want to thank Glenda at Creative Grandma for doing this for me. I am so glad to have this stitch back into my life. So thank you again for that stitch pattern, and that is it for now. Thank you.